Good evening, everybody. Right. Welcome to the May 23rd, 2023 Council meeting. Will the municipal clerk please read the statement of compliance with the Open Public Meetings Act?
In accordance with the Open Public Meeting Act, adequate notice of this meeting, given the time, date, and information for accessing this public meeting, was advertised in the Record and the Herald newspapers on March 28th, 2023, was posted on the bulletin board located on the first floor of the municipal building, was filed in the office of the municipal clerk, and was posted on the borough's website.
Roll call.
Councilmember Reinitz?
Here.
Councilmember Rottenstrike?
Here.
Deputy Mayor Catrone?
Here.
Deputy Mayor Kraus?
Here.
Mayor Peluso?
Here.
And Mayor also in attendance this evening is Borough Manager Van Kroonigan, Borough Attorney Verone, Municipal Clerk Magarelli, and CFO Clairemont.
Before we all rise for a flag salute, we have some really sad news in the borough. We had the passing of former Mayor Bob Lanzettel, who served as mayor in 1973. You might be familiar with his business, Lanzettel Paint, which was very well known on River Road. Bob was always a dedicated service member to this borough. Even when he left as elected official, you could constantly see him at any chamber event or any fair lawn outing. Anyone who ever held elected office, Bob was very quick to lend his support, give you any advice you needed, and was just an all-around wonderful man. Unfortunately, we lost his brother during COVID, and now to see Bob too passing is a really tough blow for this borough. So after the flag salute, we're just all going to stand for a moment of silence in honor of former Mayor Lanzettel. I pledge allegiance
To the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you. Okay. We have a number of proclamations to recognize a number of events in town and to recognize some remarkable performances by our youth. So if the councilors join me down below. So our first proclamation is for Juneteenth. So would the members of the Community Relations Advisory Committee please come up? So whereas Juneteenth holiday commemorates the emancipation of enslaved African Americans, and whereas President Abraham Lincoln signed the Emancipation Proclamation on January 1st, 1863, declaring the slaves in Confederate territory free and paving the way for the passing of the 13th Amendment that formally abolished slavery. And whereas word about the signing of the Emancipation Proclamation was delayed for 2.5 years in the South and Southwest. Finally, on June 19, 1865, an order was issued by Major General Gordon Granger proclaiming freedom for slaves in Texas. And whereas June 19th has a special meaning to African Americans and is called Juneteenth, combining the words June and 19th, it has been celebrated by the African American community for over 150 years. And whereas in 2021, Juneteenth became a federal holiday when President Joe Biden signed the Juneteenth National Independence Day Act into law after the efforts of Lula Briggs Galloway, Opal Lee, and others. And now, therefore, the Borough Council and I, Kurt Peluso, Mayor of the Borough of Fair Lawn, County of Bergen, State of New Jersey, do hereby proclaim June 19th, 2023, Juneteenth within the Borough of Fair Lawn to celebrate the significance of this day in African American history. And I want to present to Keisha Austin.
Thank you, everyone. My name is Keisha Austin, and I am a member of the CRC and also the chair of the Juneteenth Subcommittee. Many of the members which you see here standing, in addition to my children.
Hi.
It's an honor to accept the Juneteenth Proclamation today on behalf of the CRC. A quote comes to mind by Basquiat. It is not who you think you are that holds you back. It is who you think you are not. And because of that, I think that it's very important that we are represented, and everyone needs to see representation, and it's very important for our children to see that. And I believe that we are stronger together, and once we see that representation, and then everyone can celebrate the diversity inside of Fair Lawn, and that will bring us together and make us even stronger and united. And I would love to invite everyone out to our Juneteenth celebration, which will be taking place at the Rec Center on June 19th, which is a Monday. It is the federal holiday, from 5 to 8 at the Rec Center, and you can learn a lot more about Juneteenth.
How about someone right next to this young man in the red shirt? All right, looks really good. 1, 2, 3, and one more. 1, 2, and 3. Thank you.
Great. Yes, they are. Well, thank you. I'm looking forward to that Juneteenth celebration. For those who don't know, we've added a number of celebrations in the borough over the last couple of years. Always a great time and great learning experiences as well. The next proclamation is for LGBTQ Pride Month. Whereas the Borough of Fair Lawn is committed to supporting the lesbian, gay, bisexual, transgender, and questioning community and their right to experience equality and freedom from discrimination. And whereas Fair Lawn has a proud LGBTQ community from all walks of life, which has the right to feel safe and free from fear of harassment and persecution. And whereas during the month of June, the Borough of Fair Lawn will fly the rainbow flag, a symbol of pride and inclusion, to advance acceptance of the LGBTQ community and their loved ones. And whereas during LGBTQ Pride Month, we celebrate the proud legacy LGBTQ individuals have woven into the fabric of our nation. And we continue our work to build a society where every child grows up knowing that their country supports them, is proud of them, and has a place for them exactly as they are. Now, therefore, the Borough Council and I, Kurt Peluso, as Mayor of the Borough of Fair Lawn, County of Bergen, State of New Jersey, do hereby proclaim June 2023 as LGBTQ Pride Month and encourage our residents to use this opportunity to engage in dialogue, to build acceptance, and advance equal rights. Siva.
Thank you so much. My name is Sylvia Krause. I am the chair of the CRC, the Community Relations Advisory Committee, and the chair of the subcommittee for the Pride event. We invite you all to attend, please. It's going to be Sunday, June 11th from 11 to 3 right here outside, a block party for the entire family, for the entire community. And as a member of the Rainbow community, it is incredibly meaningful and so special to me that in a time when hate is being legislated against people who are who they are, love who they love, that this town, our borough of Fair Lawn, and our council has recognized what it means to be safe just by being who we are. And it is incredibly important for people of all ages to recognize that without safety, there can be no love. So please come join us Sunday, June 11th. You'll soon see our rainbow flag flying, and we look forward to spending it with everyone. Thank you.
Beautiful, really nice. All right, 1, 2, 3, and second, 1, 2, and 3. Thank you.
Okay. Our next one is, whereas post-traumatic stress disorder, or PTSD, can occur after a person experiences trauma, including, but not limited to, the stress of combat, rape, sexual assault, child abuse, bombings, accidents, and natural disasters. It affects approximately 8 million adults in the United States annually. And whereas PTSD is associated with chemical changes in the body's hormonal system and autonomic nervous system, and is characterized by symptoms including flashbacks, nightmares, insomnia, avoidance, hypervigilance, anxiety, and depression. And whereas raising awareness of this condition is necessary to remove the stigma and to encourage those suffering to seek proper and timely treatment that may save their lives. And whereas all citizens suffering from PTSD deserve our consideration, and those who are affected by PTSD from wounds received while protecting our freedom deserve our respect and special honor. Now therefore, the Borough Council and I, Kurt Peluso, Mayor of the Borough of Fair Lawn, County of Bergen, State of New Jersey, do hereby proclaim June 2023 Post-Traumatic Stress Disorder Awareness Month in Fair Lawn to bring awareness to those with PTSD and encourage all citizens to offer their support. We have our municipal clerk. Thank you.
All right. I suffered with PTSD for over 30 years, and the worst part of this is that I had no idea that I was suffering from PTSD. I thought I was handling everything great. I could handle anything. I could just bring it on, and I just buried it and went on with my life, and I was fine. And it took the courage of somebody who cared about me to challenge me and help me realize that I have PTSD and push me to go get the treatment that I needed. And thankfully, if it wasn't for that person doing that, I would not be here tonight speaking. So the treatment's out there. It's just the first thing you have to do is accept the fact that you're suffering. The second thing you have to do is ask for help, which is really hard because there's that stigma out there that you shouldn't be asking for help because you're weak. And once you do ask for help, is to continue working on yourself and listen to the professionals and make that difference in yourself. There's a big stigma that everybody who's a veteran has PTSD. That's not true. And everybody who has PTSD is not a veteran. You have trauma victims, accident victims, victims of crimes that all suffer from PTSD. And especially now, after this pandemic, there's so many people, especially our children, that are suffering from PTSD. And we're the first line of defense. We know our loved ones. We know how they normally act or should be acting. And if you see something different in them, please, I urge you, talk to them. Get them help. Sometimes they're just afraid to approach somebody, but if you approach them, maybe they'll just break out of their shell and speak to you and get the help they need. So I encourage everybody to just please just keep an eye on each other. That's what we're all here for. Thank you.
Great, thank you. 1, 2, and 3, and last one, 1, 2, and 3. Thank you.
Last proclamation. Would the moms who demand action please come up? Whereas gun violence impacts people of all ages and all backgrounds, and it is the leading cause of death among American children and teens. And whereas Chicago teens refuse to be silent in the face of gun violence, launching the Wear Orange campaign and National Gun Violence Awareness Day after their 15-year-old friend, Hadia Pendleton, was killed by a stray bullet days after performing at President Obama's second inauguration. The students chose the color orange because that is the color hunters use to protect themselves. And whereas gun violence prevention is more important than ever due to increased gun sales, increased calls to suicide and domestic violence hotlines, increased city gun violence, and increased mass shootings. And whereas National Gun Violence Awareness Day, the first Friday in June, honors the many lives that have been cut short by gun violence in our country and supports efforts to reduce gun-related crimes in the United States. And whereas it is important to do all we can to keep firearms out of the wrong hands and encourage responsible gun ownership to keep our children safe. Now therefore, the Borough Council and I, Kurt Peluso, Mayor of the Borough of Fair Lawn, County of Bergen, State of New Jersey, do hereby declare Friday, June 2nd, 2023, to be National Gun Violence Awareness Day, and June 2nd through 4th, 2023, Wear Orange Weekend.
Thank you so much, and thank you to the council for their recognition of gun violence awareness once more. My name is Larissa Mendez-Downs, and I am a volunteer for Moms Demand Action for Gun Sense in America. I want to beg your indulgence for a minute because tomorrow is the one-year remembrance of the shooting that occurred at Robb Elementary in Uvalde, Texas, when 19 children and 2 adults were brutally murdered. At the one-year commemoration, please don't believe that we are powerless to act and that there's nothing that we can't do. I think that regardless of where we stand on the political spectrum, we can agree that we all want our children, the literal future of our country, to be safe. The preamble of the Constitution says that the journey to a more perfect union includes justice, ensures domestic tranquility, and secures the blessings of liberty to ourselves and our posterity. Sorry, just can't help but stop thinking about the kids from Uvalde and Marjorie Stoneman Douglas and Newtown. It's impossible to secure those blessings of liberty when 120 people a day die from gun violence, twice more that are injured, burdened by a lifetime of PTSD, trauma, medical bills, and so much more. And it's impossible when gun violence, as Kurt said, as Mayor Peluso said, is now the leading cause of deaths among children. In the meantime, there's actually something that every single one of you can do. If you own a gun, lock it up, secure it. If you're sending a child on a play date, or if your child is babysitting another child, ask the parents or guardians if they have a gun and if it's secured. I do this every single time that my kids go out on a play date, and I've yet to get a negative response. Even gun owners have said, yes, we do, but it's secure and away from the ammo. That's responsible gun ownership, and that is literally all we want. Because while mass shootings have increased since the assault weapons ban expired in 2004, they actually make up less than 1% of gun deaths in the country. A child is more likely to die in their home or at a relative's home by a gun that's left or unsecured and loaded. Don't believe that we're powerless. Use your voice, ask questions, ensure that we don't turn away from this epidemic, because our kids deserve better, and we deserve the blessings of liberty, and so do they. Thank you.
All right, looks great. 1, 2, 3, and safety. 1, 2, and 3. Thank you. Thanks so much.
Last one, a nice celebratory one. Before I start, I just want to thank all the speakers who came up today. In today's day and age, these are all important things that we're recognizing, and we appreciate all your courage to speak up and to perform these events to make our town so much better. We just got actually a text message not too long ago that Rochelle Park is now second-guessing raising their pride flag. So we're really excited about what we do here in Fair Lawn. We recognize the gun violence that's occurring. We want to celebrate Juneteenth and a diversity in our town. And we want to definitely recognize the LGBTQ community, who unfortunately in the early 90s was not recognized in this community, but we're recognizing them today. So if you haven't, I strongly recommend everyone to come see Fair Lawn's Indoor Percussion next year, because you've missed it. Whereas Fair Lawn Indoor Percussion was recognized by the Mayor and Council on the completion of yet another successful season. And whereas Fair Lawn Indoor Percussion has won numerous awards, including silver medals at the Winter Guard International, Trumbull Regional Championships, and gold medals at both the WGI East Regional Championships and the U.S. Band Indoor Percussion Championship. And whereas Fairlawn Indoor Percussion participated in the prestigious WGI Indoor Percussion World Championship, a challenging competition that took place at the University of Dayton in Dayton, Ohio from April 20th to April 22nd, 2023. And whereas Fairlawn Indoor Percussion was one of 51 groups in the United States and only the second in New Jersey to be invited to perform in the elite world-class division designed for percussion groups with advanced skills. And whereas Fairlawn Indoor Percussion's final performance of Icarus at the World Championship earned them the ranking of 24th in their division, and whereas it is right to recognize the dedicated staff members, Jamie Seisenberg, Paul Levitan, Daniel Burbank, Jackie Javier, Sam Graziano, Kim Aiden, Shea Costello, Nadiv Caspi, Annalicia Powers, Annie Metcalf, and provide support and encouragement to the students. Now therefore, the Borough Council and I, Kurt Peluso, Mayor of the Borough of Fairlawn, County of Bergen, State of New Jersey, do hereby proclaim Wednesday, want to make sure you guys got a full day, May 24th, 2023, Fairlawn Indoor Percussion Day within the Borough of Fairlawn, and do further extend sincere congratulations to the student participants and the staff on this most noteworthy achievement. And I just want to welcome our director, Jamie. Jamie, if you come up, we'll give you a proclamation. You could call out each student.
All right. I'm going to say all the names if we're not here. Josh Benon. Maya. I'm not sure how to say. How do you say Maya's name? Betito. Yeah, oh, come on up, come on up. Nia. I'm going to go with first names. Carlos. There we go. Gabriel. Very official. Daniel. It's very official. Scotty. Alec. Haley. Lucas. Darren. Jaden. Zainab. Christian. Selena. Aaron. Theo. Rashika. Yuma. Shun. Dhruv. Swara. JJ. Amit. Lawrence. Jordan. Ajay. Alma. Brooke. Pinnock. Parth. Geffen. And Ella.
Oh, JJ picks? I played class of 89 Trelon High School.
I'll take a picture first and then I'll let you guys jump in. Good? All right, this looks really good. Thank you so much. And then if you could just hold it like your proclamation right here. Perfect. All right. Looks really good. Okay, great. 1, 2, and 3. Safety. 1, 2, 3.
Let's go, guys. Say percussion.
Flip.
Thank you. Now, more.
All right, that's what I played. Yeah. Class of 89 Trelon High School. Yeah. You know who I am? Yeah.
We're going to move over to council comments. Good evening, Councilmember Reinitz.
Good evening, Mayor. I wanted to share the mayor's condolences to the Lanzetto family. Had the opportunity to serve with Bob on the River Road Commission as well as the EDC. He always had the borough's interest at heart. It was just a very kind gentleman, and he will be missed throughout the borough. I wanted to congratulate my friends here in the front couple rows. Flip. There's a lot of activities in town. There's a lot of things to do, but I think it's safe to say there's few groups that work as hard as the Flip group does. I mean, to think you work that hard just to go to Dayton, I mean, that's saying that you guys really love what you do. But for those who are watching at home and don't know, this year the team was promoted to the world's level, which only two schools total in New Jersey have accomplished, Fair Lawn and Old Bridge. it really speaks to the level of dedication of Jamie and his crew, as well as all the students who are out practicing at all hours of the night throughout the summer, just to make it happen. And you know, the road crew of parents, you know, our borough really, the backbone of our borough is the volunteer people that we have, and all the parents, the road crew that start out at about 6 o'clock in the morning loading trucks and end up at around midnight at the Dutch House. You know, without you guys, there would not be Flip. So I hope all the students, you know, you appreciate the work that your parents put in and all the sacrifice. And just know that, you know, the borough, you know, we all appreciate you, and we appreciate that you guys are such great representatives for Fairlawn. So thank you all very much for all that you do. I wanted to thank all the people that came to accept proclamations. I think the Juneteenth proclamation, I think, is something that is really special for us. I think it's the second time we've done that. And the fact that we're putting on a Juneteenth celebration, I think, really speaks to the inclusivity we have at the borough. We focused on, I know we were the second, I think, town in Bergen County to go stigma-free, and I know stigma-free generally refers to mental health, but I think we've really striven to become a multicultural, diverse, accepting community, and the more celebrations we have, the better, whether it's Holi, Hanukkah, we had Ramadan out on the lawn, we'll have Pride next month. Whatever it is, we want everyone to feel welcome when they come into Fairlawn, and I think we're taking great steps toward that. Christina and her Community Relations Committee have done such a wonderful job of embracing our diversity and then teaching it out to the public. I also wanted to encourage everyone to come to the Pride celebration. Last year, other than the fact it was about 400 degrees, it was a great day. But everyone loved it so much, they've doubled the space and the size of it. So please come out. It's such a fun event. There's, you know, it's just a happy event, and just this. I think Fairlawn really is a place where people can be who they are, and I think that's very important to the five of us, and it should be important to everybody out there. I wanted to also thank the Green Team for what they did at the Arboretum this weekend. Under difficult circumstances, they did a great job with the Arboretum Festival. I think Gail has really pioneered and spearheaded making our town much greener and finding ways to help our environment. And I would challenge all of you guys in the front couple rows, you know, to get involved now, because it's going to impact you guys a lot more. It's going to impact us old people up here. So whatever you can do to get involved to help. We have a lot of tree plantings going on. We have a lot of activities, and there's a real engagement from the high school aged kids with the Green Team and finding ways to help. So I would really encourage that. On the other side, I wanted to commend Ryan Greff and Main Street. I don't know if you've seen them on Instagram. Are you on TikTok yet? All right, we'll get you on TikTok. But he's on Instagram and other places. Kurt did a video with them. They're doing great videos promoting every business in town and finding a way to show people that Fairlawn's a great place to be, great place to eat, great place to shop, and great place to open a business. And we're committed to being that place. We're one of the few towns in Bergen County that have more places open during the pandemic than closed. So it's something that we're very proud of, and thank you, Ryan, for all the hard work that you've done. And today we'll give you a minute and a half, okay? You know, if I told you that you could prevent the #1 cause of death of children in our country, everyone would raise their hand and say, yeah, we can prevent it. Well, we can prevent it, and it's time that we do. Gun violence is such an insidious, disgusting stain on our society, and we all have the opportunity to do something about it. Just recently, I think it was last week, the Federal District Court overruled New Jersey's concealed carry law in many parts. one thing that I think everyone across the political spectrum agrees on, I know everyone on this dais, and I remember distinctly John Cosgrove sitting in Chris's seat, pounding his fist on the table about assault weapons and about concealed carry. We did a proclamation 3-4 years ago with the police department. The police don't want concealed carry either. It makes their lives more dangerous. It makes everybody's life more dangerous. We need to use our voices now and in the coming months. It's critical to find a way just to have common sense prevail. It's time for common sense to prevail. We don't need people walking around in public spaces, in our libraries, on our beaches, at concerts with weapons on their hip, hidden in their jacket. I don't think that's the kind of society we want. I don't think it's the kind of society we need. And I think the violence is eminently preventable. So I challenge all of you out there to go do something. Call somebody, write a letter, write an article, do what you got to do what you can do, but do something, because it's getting dangerous, and right now is the most critical time that we're a part of. Thank you, Mayor.
Thank you, Councilman. Good evening, Councilmember Rottenstreich.
Good evening, Mayor. I don't even know how to follow that. Usually I write out my council comments, but there was so much going on tonight that is so good that I really didn't even know where to start. And I knew that the people who would come to accept our proclamations, like Larissa Mendez Downs and her colleagues from Moms Demand Action, and Sylvia Krause from the CRC, and Keisha, and all of you would say much better than I can express much better all these important issues. What I am looking forward to, and I hope that everybody will join us, is Memorial Day and our Memorial Day Parade, which kicks off at 10:30 on Pollitt Drive. And I think that we should not lose sight of the fact that all of the values that we cherish and that I think that we exhibit here in Fair Lawn, the values of a liberal democracy that cherishes diversity and inclusion, didn't come to us easily. They were very hard fought. Let's not forget, and I feel like sometimes we're getting close to forgetting, that in World War II we fought the Nazis. We were defending liberal democracy against the Nazis, and in this day and age there are people who are now flying those flags proudly, and it's something that we have to fight every day in everything that we do and in the way we live. And I really feel like we do that here by being an inclusive, diverse community that promotes love and not hate. One of the worst things that we're seeing now, and Sylvia referenced it, is the state-by-state bullying of trans families, of trans children, of the interference with parental rights and with children's rights by people who have no business in other people's business. And I think it's anti-American. I'm a very patriotic American, and I don't think it's a reflection of our values. I think what we do here is a reflection of our values, and we have a hero on this dais. Nick Magarelli, to me, this veteran, our municipal clerk, is a hero for all of us. And to speak to everybody here about his experiences with PTSD without shame and without embarrassment, and knowing that this is a message that we want to hear and we need to hear, and he's the brave person who will speak to us. I'm so honored. Every time I'm on this dais, I'm honored to be with Nick, but today, more than any other day. Thank you, Nick. And thank you, Josh, for talking about Arboretum Day, because I think I'll just leave that for now, but it was a wonderful event, and thank you, Mayor.
Thank you. Good evening, Deputy Mayor Catrone.
Did you forget who I was for a second?
Sometimes. Looking at the order.
Good evening, Mayor. I want to start by just following up on Councilmember Rottenstreich's comments about the Memorial Day Parade, and another way that you can celebrate our country and support our veterans is to purchase one of these beautiful lawn signs for $25 from the Fair Lawns Veterans Affairs Council. All of the money goes into the Veterans Affairs Trust Fund, which is used to help with things like the incredible banner program that you see around town. And the money is also used directly to help veterans in Fair Lawn who are in need. So if you haven't already picked up your lawn sign, I encourage you to do so right here in Borough Hall. I think in the Health Department office, right, is where you can get them. I also want to congratulate Flip this evening and give a very special congratulations to my family's favorite babysitter, Brooke Tratner, and graduating senior. We are certainly going to miss her, as I'm sure you all will. Fun fact, not sure if you all know this, but I was in the color guard in high school. So I do have a sincere appreciation for the dedication and hard work that goes into regular marching band season, and then to go beyond that into your indoor percussion season really is tremendous, and especially to the parents who are out there supporting them. I know that at the time, I probably as a teenager didn't appreciate it quite as much as I should have, but those were my parents. And so I just want to, from the bottom of my heart, congratulate all of you and echo Councilmember Reinett's words of really how proud you make the entire borough of Fair Lawn. So congratulations again. I also want to give a big thank you to our age-friendly coordinator, Lisa McClements, and our age-friendly initiative for putting together another fantastic senior citizen prom, and thank Fair Lawn High School for allowing us to host that. So we now, we've kind of brought it back after a few years. The junior prom, which is hosted every year at Fair Lawn High School, the day after, they leave all the decorations up, and then we invite some of our senior citizen residents to come in for a lunch and some dancing. The mayor, unfortunately, wasn't feeling well, but last year he was out there on the dance floor learning all kinds of new dance steps, old new dance steps with our senior residents. So he was definitely missed, but it was another wonderful event, another intergenerational event where we had a lot of Fair Lawn high school students there volunteering as well. So that was a great success. I'm going to skip over reminding you about the Pride Block Party and Juneteenth event because you've heard about that already. And I'll just end by talking about the proclamation. So every month we typically have numerous proclamations to raise awareness or to commemorate certain months, as we did this evening. But as I thought about my comments for tonight, what really struck me was how these 4 proclamations have a profound connection between them. Juneteenth, Gun Violence Awareness Day, Pride Month, and PTSD Awareness Month. While they are distinct occasions, they remind us of the struggles, resilience, and unity of diverse communities. They exemplify our shared values of justice, compassion, and inclusion that should guide us each and every day. Juneteenth, which represents the strength and determination of those who fought against oppression, reminding us that freedom and justice are the birthrights of all individuals. It's also a time to acknowledge that the fight for racial justice is certainly far from over, and that we must continue to confront systemic racism and strive for equality for every member of society. Gun Violence Awareness Day compels us to address the devastating impact of gun violence on our communities. Every single day, countless lives are lost or irrevocably altered due to senseless acts of violence. We have to continue to fight and advocate for sensible gun control measures. We have to support survivors and work towards creating a society where safety and peace will always prevail over special interests. It's our collective responsibility to create a future where no one lives in fear of gun violence. And I have to say, for the first time in my 18 years as a public educator, I received an email today asking teachers in my building if they would be interested in signing up for what is called Active Violence Emergency Response Training, Avert Active Shooter, which trains teachers to deal with students who have been shot in their classroom. This isn't normal. It's not normal. It doesn't happen in other countries. And other countries are now putting warnings about traveling to the United States because this is not normal and this can be fixed. Pride Month celebrates the LGBTQ community, honoring the courage, the resilience, and the contributions of individuals who have fought and continue to fight for their rights and acceptance. It's a time to promote love and equality for all. But again, as we embrace the spirit of pride, we have to also recognize the many challenges the LGBTQ community faces, including discrimination, violence, and mental health struggles. We must stand together as allies, working towards a society that celebrates diversity, respects everybody's identities, and guarantees equal rights for all. And finally, PTSD Awareness Month, which shines a light on the silent struggles faced by individuals who've experienced trauma. I don't think I can say it better than what our municipal clerk said this evening, but this is a reminder that we should always be extending our empathy and support to those battling PTSD and really any mental health issues, ensuring that they always have access to the care, to the resources, and the understanding that they need and deserve. So what it all boils down to is that these observances are all about life and the ability to feel safe in that life. These proclamations remind us that everybody, no matter what they look like, who they love, or what their struggles are, deserve to live the life they want to live. The fight for justice, safety, acceptance, and mental well-being is not isolated to one community or one cause. Rather, it's a shared responsibility that requires collaboration, understanding, and empathy. Thank you, Mayor.
Thank you, Deputy Mayor. Good evening, Deputy Mayor Kraus.
Good evening, Mayor. There's a lot of that to follow right now. A lot of my colleagues have said some really amazing things, as of our speakers today, and I'm really proud of everyone who came out here today. I'm proud of the whole FLIP program. For years, I've been in the high school during the winter time coaching, and I know you guys are in there working late hours, and I come in for practice and you guys are working, and I leave for practice and you're still there with your metronomes blaring and putting in the work, and obviously it came to show. We're really proud of the work that you've done, the effort that you put into it. Music was something that has always been important to me in my life. I know a lot of people, music has been something that they started when they were young, and it's something you can continue doing through the rest of your life. And when you need a break from things, when you need to stretch your mind, music is always there. So I hope that as you grow older, whether you go into music professionally or not, you keep up that hobby. I found it to be a very, very fulfilling one, and I think you're all probably more talented than me anyway. So keep it up and keep going with that. And on that topic, Make Music Day is June 21st, and the Arts Council has been working with Make Music Day to bring it to Fair Lawn. So there's going to be a lot of locations throughout Fair Lawn where people can perform and celebrate the music that they make. And if you're interested, please go to makemusicday.org/fairlawn. There's more information about that for you there. We also do have our Memorial Parade coming up, and that'll be at 10 o'clock on the 29th on Memorial Day. That starts at the Radburn train station. And the Memorial Day Parade has always been one of my favorite events in Fair Lawn. And so I hope people are able to make it, whether you're marching in the parade or just to come out to support all the various groups in our community and our businesses that make an event every year. And you know, there's a lot that was said tonight and said very well. I'm proud of our community for coming to support our local Pride community, for recognizing Juneteenth and holding an actual event about it. And I'm proud of the way that our community comes together, and there's always people coming to step up. Whatever the issue is that needs to be highlighted, we have so many great volunteers in this community, and none of it could be done without them. We don't live in a world where we want to rely on just electing people to go do things and sitting aside. You know, we need people to always be active and be participants in the community that they live in. That's the world that we want to live in. And you know, I don't know what else could be said about the issue of gun violence in our country. You know, I remember being a child, you know, and seeing it on the news as a child and thinking that it'd be a one-off event, but then it just keeps happening. And then I turned from a child to an adult, to a father, and you know, the fears get worse. You know, having a wife who's a teacher and having kids in the schools, it's something that we shouldn't be thinking about. It's not what any of us should have to think about, and our children shouldn't be thinking about it. I shouldn't have had to think about that as a kid, and my children shouldn't have to think about that, nor should yours. So please don't give up on that fight. Please keep working for it. There have been some setbacks, some court decisions that are going in the wrong direction, but things can change. And I've seen change on other issues. You know, the change that, although we've seen some developments recently that aren't great, the change that we've seen for our Pride community over the course of my life. I mean, I remember advocating for my gay and lesbian friends when I was in college, never expecting marriage equality to pass, but it did when I was in law school just a few years later. So things can happen, change can happen, but we got to keep pushing for it. Thank you, Mayor.
Thank you, Deputy Mayor. Good evening again, everyone. So about a year ago, Fairlawn was asked to join the Northwest Mayors Bergen County Association, and it was a group that we've never been a part of. But what's really interesting with Fairlawn, over the last few years, our wealth has grown tremendously. And when I say our wealth, it's the value of our town and also our independent homes. I'm sure if anyone's seen the home sales in Fairlawn, they're nuts. So it was really exciting to get invited to this new group. And when I started talking to them about all the things we do in Fairlawn, they're like, oh, we don't celebrate these events. And I said, oh, no, we celebrate everything in Fairlawn because we want to recognize all our different cultures, our diversity, and to recognize important movements like the National Gun Violence Awareness Day. And what's great about being part of this group now is seeing Northern Bergen County towns now replicate what we're doing here and seeing more mayors honor those different organizations, different cultures, and different celebrations. So I'm so proud that Fairlawn's leading the way here in doing that, as well as doing really well financially. And I know that's something we'll continue to do going forward. With the Fairlawn High School percussion team, such an honor to recognize you guys today. It's so amazing to see when Fairlawn is represented in such a high caliber of competition. We're really proud of everything you're doing. As a number of council members said, we know you practice late in the night. Not only do I see you while I'm driving through late at night at meetings, I also get the phone calls the next morning from the residents that live by Center Rec. And I tell them every time, well, you know, if we want a top-notch band, they got to practice late into the evening. Now I can say, if we want a world-class band, we got to practice late in the evening. So we're really proud of you, and I'll keep feeling those phone calls as long as you keep succeeding. So thank you for representing Fairlawn in such a great light. We had a number of weddings here in Fairlawn this week, and I just want to remind everyone, we had about 5 weddings. It's amazing to celebrate love here in this community. We do, actually since being mayor, I think I've done over 300 weddings. And what we do is, it's a great deal. You don't have to pay for the service if you live in Fairlawn. We'll actually also accept out-of-towners, and what we do is we just ask for a donation. And one of the donations you can make is to our Veterans Affairs Committee. And we were able to raise a few $100s this week for the Veterans Affairs Committee through weddings. There's also a number of other programs like our volunteer fire department, our ambulance, our community policing, as well as some other organizations. So if you found that special someone and you want to get married, Fairlawn's the best place to do it. I got the opportunity to volunteer for the Milnes Carnival. It was a great experience. I want to thank all the volunteers, especially that Carnival Committee. It's quite an undertaking, and I know every year they bring in a number of money, and I'm always happy to volunteer for a couple hours and help with the game, so thank you for everyone to put that together. I want to congratulate our newest Eagle Scout, Ben Levin. I got to honor him and recognize his achievement this Sunday. It's great to see how many Eagle Scouts we come out of Fairlawn. We have a great scout program, and we're happy to support that here in the borough. And I also want to recognize we had a great chamber meeting. I know we have our chamber president here today, Stella. If you're a local business here and you're not involved with the chamber, we definitely encourage you to do so. We had it over at Ada's. If you haven't been there either, you need to. The food's phenomenal, and it's great to be there because they had one little section where they had their restaurant, and they became so successful they knocked down a wall and expanded it to double the size. And they also included outdoor eating, and I want to thank this council for supporting an ordinance that allows outdoor eating, because their business now is booming because we're more welcoming to these businesses, and they're doing great, and it's such a great addition to this community. So I just want to recognize for hosting, and to all the businesses, definitely join the chamber. Our Main Street, which I know Ryan's going to be talking about, Fairlawn keeps getting recognized more and more about our businesses and how well we're doing financially, and we want to definitely keep that up. And lastly, I just want to recognize this weekend is a very solemn day here in Fairlawn. It's Memorial Day. We recognize all the servicemen and women we lost, but especially the 47 that used to call Fairlawn home. Not only is the parade a great way to recognize and honor them, but we also have an event at the Fairlawn Memorial Cemetery at 2 p.m. on Sunday. If you're around, we do encourage you to come by. It gets harder for me every year now to go because I'm recognizing more and more of those names on those tombstones. But I've had the pleasure to meet many of them, and it's an honor to recognize them, and I hope everyone comes out and remembers that this weekend's not just about the beach and barbecues. It's about those veterans who paid the ultimate sacrifice for our freedom. So I hope to see everyone this Memorial Day weekend. Next up, we have the Main Street Minute with Ryan.
How do I go after all that? So first and foremost, thank you, Mayor Peluso, for coming to Ben's Eagle ceremony this weekend. So on to the Main Street Minute. So we have recently launched a business spotlight program where we are spotlighting the various different businesses throughout Fairlawn in order to showcase the wide variety of eateries, restaurants, establishments that exist in Fairlawn. I pulled a comment that said the video operator deserves a special reward for doing a phenomenal job, which filled me with a lot of pride. During National Small Business Week, representatives of the Chamber of Commerce, Main Street Organization, Mayor Peluso, and Assemblywoman Swain went to various different businesses to share with them different resources that exist, including new businesses. Our Beautification Committee is meeting tomorrow with the leaders of the Shade Tree Advisory Committee and the Green Team to discuss greenery projects that could be done on Broadway. The Department of State's New Jersey Business Action Center has recently hired Jeff Bueller to be the manager of their municipal and district revitalization program. Thanks to our relationship with the BAC, he's been made available to us, again, at no cost to advise us. He's spent 20 years as the state director of Main Street, New Jersey, so we're very excited to be working with him. Members of our historical committee have embarked on a mission to become a certified local government to free up federal funding for us to use for historic preservation projects. And finally, the leadership of the town's Historic Preservation Commission and I met with representatives from the Department of Interior that I met during the Main Street Now conference in order to discuss collaboration opportunities to bolster Fairlawn's historical preservation efforts. Thank you.
Thank you, Ryan. And also this evening, I got the honor to spend a lot of time with Mr. Pack. For those who don't know, he had a floral shop over on Salad River Road. And since closing, he's been donating a lot of his flowers and other shrubbery to this town, which we've been planting throughout. So, Mr. Pack, if you want to come up.
three different categories of materials. 11% need to.
You need some help?
I want to see that. Oh, thank you.
55,300, 30 years
Oh, yeah, do the mic.
Oh, yes.
I'm from South Korea. My age is 81 years old. I experienced Vietnam War. And 1, 2, 3, 4 black and white picture is 1950. I was 9 years old. North-South Korea War, 1952, 1953, and end of siege, 1953, July 27. I immigrant 89 first to come and look around, and actual landing is 1990. Any poor, any tiny personal landing this country have a dream. I was also bad shape, but I had a dream. Still, I remember very clearly 1950 first attack by North Korea. This is the battlefield, little bit break. This gentleman is reading, looks like a wife letter, or family letter, or mother. This one is evacuating. This guy is look around the backside, any invader. This gentleman, I tried to get cover some magazine, then I give up because too depressed, ready to fading out. I have 1, 2, 3, 4 picture among the multi-hundred picture. The reason why I take it out all the clear face recognize easy. That is can be trouble by family. Oh my God. So hazy plus backside cannot read out the real face. I select 1, 2, 3, 4. This the scenery is battlefield. And I do lilac planting since 1992 together with first initiate this borough, this town. First planting, of course, Fairlawn, and I spread the donation whole household family. The reason why I start 5,300 start 1992, first from here, and the ending is take us 30 years, finish, I'll explain a little bit. That is 1946, right after Second World War, America dispatched 300 specialists to newborn country, South Korea. That is 1946. Professor Mida Rutgers University, Agriculture Department in Korea. This gentleman, after duty, back to the New Hampshire, their home university, 12 seed. He is the top of seed specialist. And then he keep 12 seed, bush seed, and the newborn in the world, newborn lilac. That is he put the lilac nickname, typist at that time, 1946, Miss Kim. So she put the name Miss Kim, Korean lilac. Among the 5,300, 1, 2, 3, this is from Korea by Professor Meader. This is the 5,300 boomerang lilac. So total theme is missing soldier, wife and mother, Memorial Day. This is my demand. I completed 30 years together with a great American citizen, especially more than 1,000, believe it or not, felon volunteer, policemen, building department, even any DPW, park, and the chairwoman, Jill Spender, and John Vanderbeek. Many ordinary people together lead a group. Unbelievable hiding support. That is my proud. That's why I would like to take all the picture, leader group plus citizen, to send the Korea government. We did 30 years that achievement. Now is your time to turn, your turn, maintaining. This is my inquiry. And one more great demand is one day, just one day, Memorial Day, only disappear soldier, MIA, mother and the wife, they are fading out, disappeared. Even last one, 5,300, try to find young generation, even one single girl or boy. I couldn't do it. I disappointed myself in my connection. Last one, they let them do shovel and planting. I failed. I'm going to keep going, find more shovel to the existing planted one. Why I started the project? 1965, I was a college guy, college student. Visit the King Palace, one elderly American lady and some young lady. Would you please have shot the camera? Why not? And I go, and then several shots. I said, tour of this country is not great country. Oh, my son disappeared from here. I didn't realize after many years, I do start this project. They are MIA, soldier mother and wife. Any special reason to come? Or just my son is to disappear over here. All of a sudden I remember that. I just target of this project is MIA Memorial Day. I'm going to, after picture, our old citizen and reader group will be demand one day, just one day, Memorial Day, assigned by both countries. That is my dream. That's why I started this. I finished this. Last month I start Vietnam War. To maintaining my physical condition to good. Last month I prayed, my God, don't bother me until I finish this project. After that, you can take me anytime. Don't bother me, please. Now, keep going. I do every early morning little bit, maintaining my sleep. I need many hours to my past 30 years. I would like to stop. And back to home. I'm proud of all Fairlawn citizen, leader group, and especially mayor. I saw him pandemic every day announced how many people die, how many people new patient, how many people very heavy. That is the daily life. Big boss learning daily life for all every day. I respect. And then I follow him. He's my motorcade. I'm going to send a picture, everything, progress on, both country both. And then we keep going until the Vietnam Memorial Project. Highly appreciate back support. I'm proud. Highly support our leader group also. Yeah. Thank you very much. Good night. Be happy, everybody. The family is number one. That is my victim man. Thank you, sir. This is American Monster Liner. One in the middle. I think you.
Okay, so, yeah, perfect. One, okay, ready? 1, 2, and 3. 1, 2, and 3.
Thank you, Mr.
Mayor, some comment?
Yeah, sure. Very simple. Well, just want to thank all our volunteers for all of these signs. And Mr. Pack, you could see his flowers all throughout this town and throughout the world. And we can't thank him enough for his donations. And, 30 years of volunteering planting. Can't thank you enough, Mr. Pack. Thank you.
Thank you.
And ladies and gentlemen, right now we'll be going into our legislative part of the meeting. So if you like to stay, you're more than welcome. But if you'd like to leave, now is the time. Thank you.
Thank you so much.
All right. Ordinance on first reading. Ordinance 2670-2023. An ordinance supplementing the revised general ordinances of the Borough of Fairlawn to add a new Article 20, Fire Watch Program of Chapter 13, Fire Department of the Code of the Borough of Fairlawn. May I have a motion that ordinance number 2670-2023 be passed on introduction, advertised according to law, and that a public hearing be held on June 27th, 2023.
So moved.
Second.
Discussion? Roll call.
Councilmember Reinitz?
Yes.
Councilmember Rottenstrike?
Yes.
Deputy Mayor Catrone?
Yes.
Deputy Mayor Kraus?
Yes.
Mayor Peluso?
Yes. Ordinance 2671-2023, an ordinance to amend Chapter 2, Administration, Article 13A, Office of Emergency Management, more specifically Section 2-81.3, Divisions of the Code of the Borough of Fairlawn. May I have a motion that ordinance number 2671-2023 be passed on introduction, advertised according to law, and that a public hearing be held on June 27th, 2023.
So moved.
Second.
Discussion? Roll call.
Councilmember Reinitz?
Yes.
Councilmember Rottenstrike?
Yes.
Deputy Mayor Catrone?
Yes.
Deputy Mayor Kraus?
Yes.
Mayor Peluso?
Yes. Ordinance 2672-2023, an ordinance to amend Chapter 94 Fees, Article 6, Schedule of Fees of the Code of the Borough of Fairlawn 2000. May I have a motion that ordinance number 2672-2023 be passed on introduction, advertised according to law, and that a public hearing be held on June 27th, 2023.
So moved.
Second.
Discussion? Roll call.
Councilmember Reinitz?
Yes.
Councilmember Rottenstrike?
Yes.
Deputy Mayor Catrone?
Yes.
Deputy Mayor Kraus?
Yes.
Mayor Peluso?
Yes. Ordinance on second reading. Ordinance 2659-2023, 2023. An ordinance to amend Chapter 94 fees, Article 4, cosmetology and hairstyling establishment inspections of the Code of the Borough of Fairlawn 2000. May I have a motion to open the time for public comment on ordinance number 2659, 2023 only?
So moved.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? The time is now open for public comment on this ordinance only. Seeing no one, can I please have a motion to close the time for public comment?
So moved. Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? The public hearing on ordinance number 2659, 2023 is now closed. May I have a motion that ordinance number 2659-2023 be adopted on second and final reading and that it be advertised according to law?
So moved.
Second.
Discussion? Roll call.
Councilmember Reinitz.
Yes.
Councilmember Rottenstrike.
Yes.
Deputy Mayor Catrone.
Yes.
Deputy Mayor Kraus.
Yes.
Mayor Paluso.
Yes. Ordinance 2664-2023, an ordinance to provide for certain capital improvements in the Borough of Fairlawn and to provide for receipt, acceptance, and deposit of grant funds therefore from the State of New Jersey Department of Transportation, Heights Avenue, $157,970. May I please have a motion to open time for public comment on ordinance number 2664-2023 only?
So moved.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Time is now open for public comment on this ordinance only. Seeing no one, can I please have a motion to close the time for public comment?
So moved.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
And any opposed? The public hearing on ordinance number 2664-2023 is now closed. May I have a motion that ordinance number 2664-2023 be adopted on second and final reading and that it be advertised according to law?
So moved.
Second.
Discussion? Roll call.
Councilmember Reinitz.
Yes.
Councilmember Rottenstrike.
Yes.
Deputy Mayor Catrone.
Yes.
Deputy Mayor Kraus.
Yes.
Mayor Paluso.
Yes. Ordinance 2665-2023, an ordinance to provide for certain capital improvements in the Borough of Fairlawn and to provide for the receipt, acceptance, and deposit of grant funds, therefore from the State of New Jersey Department of Community Affairs 2023 Local Recreation Improvements Grant, $55,000. May I have a motion to open the time for public comment on ordinance number 2665-2023 only?
So moved.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Time is now open for public comment on this ordinance only.
Pamela Coles, 13-34 George Street. Regarding this ordinance and the $55,000 for recreation improvements, I can't wait. I just can't wait. I can't wait to see the new band or the band shell. It's going to be at Walsh Pool, right?
Well, this is something different. This is, I believe this is for the Whibbit Borough Manager? Right. So this is for a blow-up obstacle course that's going in Memorial Pool. I don't know if you've seen them before.
Gotcha.
But
Regardless, both of them, I can't wait.
Yeah, this is going to be a lot of fun.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Pam.
Seeing no one else, can I please have a motion to close the time for public comment?
So moved.
All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? The public hearing on ordinance number 2665-2023 is now closed. May I have a motion that ordinance number 2665-2023 be adopted on second and final reading and that it be advertised according to law?
So moved.
Second.
Discussion? Roll call.
Councilmember Reinitz.
Yes.
Councilmember Rottenstrike.
Yes.
Deputy Mayor Catrone.
Yes.
Deputy Mayor Kraus.
Yes.
Mayor Paluso.
Yes. Bond ordinance 2666-2023, an ordinance of the Borough of Fairlawn in the County of Bergen, New Jersey, providing for various water supply and distribution system improvements and other related expenses in and for the Borough of Fairlawn and appropriating $7,520,000 therefore and providing for the issuance of $7,144,000 in bonds or notes of the Borough of Fairlawn to finance the same. Can I please have a motion to open the time for public comment?
So moved.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? The time is now open for public comments on this ordinance.
Pamela Coles, 13-34 George Street. Regarding this issuance of the $7.14 million in bonds and notes, I have a question. Was that about a year ago when we had somebody come in to just to give us a, not a scenario, but
Options. for the-
options for the water. Is that what this is for?
Yep.
Or is that tied into?
Borough Manager, want to go into what this is?
This is just various water, infrastructure, rehabilitation, improvements, et cetera. Has nothing to do with what you were just talking about.
Okay.
This is our continuing capital improvements for our continuing rehabilitation, renovation, improvements to the water infrastructure.
Okay, great. I have another question, public comments regarding, like, whatever happened to that information. Okay, thank you.
Thank you. Seeing no one else, can I please have a motion to close the time for public comment?
So moved.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? The public hearing on ordinance number 2666-2023 is now closed. May I have a motion that ordinance number 2666-2023 be adopted on second and final reading and that it be advertised according to law?
So moved.
Second.
Discussion? Roll call.
Councilmember Reinitz.
Yes.
Councilmember Rottenstrike.
Yes.
Deputy Mayor Catrone.
Yes.
Deputy Mayor Kraus.
Yes.
Mayor Peluso.
Yes. Bond ordinance 2667-2023, an ordinance of the Borough of Fairlawn in the County of Bergen, New Jersey, providing for various capital improvements and other related expenses in and for the Borough of Fairlawn and appropriating $3,850,000 therefore, and providing for the issuance of $3,660,000 in bonds or notes of the Borough of Fairlawn to finance the same. May I have a motion to open the time for public comment on ordinance number 2667-2023 only?
So moved.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? The time is now open for public comment on this ordinance only. Seeing no one, can I please have a motion to close the time for public comment?
So moved.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? The public hearing on ordinance number 2667-2023 is now closed. May I have a motion that ordinance number 2667-2023 be adopted on second and final reading and that it be advertised according to law?
So moved.
Second.
Discussion? Roll call.
Councilmember Reinitz.
Yes.
Councilmember Rottenstrike.
Yes.
Deputy Mayor Catrone.
Yes.
Deputy Mayor Kraus.
Yes.
Mayor Peluso.
Yes. Bond ordinance 2668-2023, an ordinance of the Borough of Fairlawn in the County of Bergen, New Jersey, providing for improvements to various roads located in the Borough of Fairlawn and appropriating $1,215,000 therefore, and providing for the issuance of $1,150,000 in bonds or notes of the Borough of Fairlawn to finance the same. Can I please have a motion to open the time for public comment on ordinance number 2668-2023 only?
So moved.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? The time is now open for public comment on bond ordinance 2668-2023 only. Seeing no one, can I please have a motion to close the time for public comment?
So moved.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? The public hearing on ordinance number 2668-2023 is now closed. May I have a motion that ordinance number 2668-2023 be adopted on second and final reading and that it be advertised according to law?
So moved.
Second.
Discussion? Roll call.
Councilmember Reinitz.
Yes.
Councilmember Rottenstrike.
Yes.
Deputy Mayor Catrone.
Yes.
Deputy Mayor Kraus.
Yes.
Mayor Peluso.
Yes. Ordinance 2669-2023, an ordinance to repeal Section 2-103, Establishment of Board of Ethics, and Article 13, Non-Departmental Offices and Boards, Commissions, and Committees of Chapter 2, Administration, Departments, and Budget and Fiscal Procedures, and repeal Chapter 10, Ethics Code of adopt a new Chapter 10, Code of Ethics of the Code of the Borough of Fairlawn 2000. May I have a motion to open the time for public comment on ordinance number 2669-2023 only?
So moved.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Seeing no one, can I have a motion to close the time for public comment?
So moved.
Oh, sorry.
Go ahead.
Yeah.
Regarding this, Pamela Coles, 13-34 George Street, Fairlawn. Regarding this ordinance for the establishment of the Board of Ethics, there's no way to compare it to, or no language that I saw in the ordinance, because I printed it out. I printed out the Code of Ethics, but I have no way to see what is replacing, like a red line or whatever that may be. I have no way to see what is actually being replaced by.
Yeah, so what it would be, and Borough Attorney, if you want to correct me if I'm wrong, it would be a state board to review it.
We're repealing the local committee, because I'm not sure if you are familiar with the ethics board, but basically you put on there two people, or a certain number, it's an even number of people from both political parties. And so what ends up happening typically when a local municipality has one is no decision is ever made, because nobody will be the person who goes the other way. So most towns, if not, I think, almost all towns don't have their own, and it goes to the state. That way, ethics violations that are being brought against somebody are really being dealt with by impartial people that don't have any sort of stake in the decision that comes out from that. So it's actually to make the process more ethical.
Okay, yeah, it's a nonpartisan.
Right.
Right, nonpartisan. Okay. Great. And I have a question regarding this, and it's pertinent as to maybe why it's being done at this time. From my understanding, that there was something that went out via Twitter or something. I don't have a Twitter account, but I've heard of it. Does that have anything to do with that?
No, I don't have Twitter.
Okay,
we had a vacancy.
I know that certain people.
This came up because we had a vacancy on the ethics committee.
Okay, gotcha.
On the ethics board, and nobody wanted to fill it. And so the borough attorney asked us, why do we have our own ethics board? And we couldn't answer that. And then she enlightened us on how most towns don't, to ensure that it's a fair, unbiased, impartial process. And so we decided, since nobody wanted to fill the position anyway, to vote to repeal it so that the state takes over.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah. It was a very worthwhile opening.
Yeah.
Because it was a big congratulations to our new Superior Court Judge, Amy Lefkowitz.
Yes. Yes.
Oh, I got it. Okay. Seeing no one, can I have a motion to close the time for public comment?
So moved.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? The public hearing on ordinance number 2669-2023 is now closed. May I have a motion that ordinance number 2666-2023 be adopted on second and final reading, and that it be advertised according to law?
So moved.
Second.
Discussion? I just want to highlight some of the things that were discussed today. As you know, I've been on the council now. This is my 12th year, and we did have two issues go to the committee, and we never had anything remedied. As Deputy Mayor Catrone said, it was always split, and just looking at the way it's set up, we don't see that changing. And we do really value ethics on this council, and we think that we believe that by taking it out of this town and bring it to the state will make it a lot more equitable and a lot more stringent than what we have here. Roll call.
Councilmember Reinitz.
Yes.
Councilmember Rottenstrike.
Yes.
Deputy Mayor Catrone.
Yes.
Deputy Mayor Kraus.
Yes.
Mayor Peluso.
Yes. Number 10, public comments on consent agenda 13-2023 items only. May I have a motion to open the time for public comment on consent agenda 13-2023 only?
So moved.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Anyone who wants public comments on consent agenda 13-23 items only?
Good afternoon, Pamela Coles, 13-34 George Street. Item number 234-2023, the resolution authorizing the appointment of municipal representatives to the Bergen County Community Development Regional Committee. What is that?
The regional committee. Borough manager?
Sorry,
Do a
where
deep
are
dive
we?
on that one?
Good evening.
Good evening.
Community Development Block Grant Funding, which is administered, monitored, and maintained by the county. Every single municipality has to appoint a representative and an alternate. That's exactly what that is. That's appointing a representative and an alternate to sit before community development in lieu of, review and approval of all the grants that get submitted through county development.
Thank you. Thank you.
So sorry, Ms. Close, just to go on that a little bit more. What we've always done is done two representatives on the council. I know for a number of years, as myself and former Mayor Cosgrove. Recently, we started bringing the borough manager and we saw that that was a lot more productive because if there's something we had to attend, we could bring a professional. We're actually going to bring the chief of staff now. It's really crucial that we have two representatives because we're talking about like over $100,000 in grants.
Yes.
And unfortunately, if you don't have representation, they don't allow any funding and they don't allow any exceptions. And what really kind of bothered us was this current year, they had their meeting during our Marianne Calora ceremony. And we asked if they could postpone it and recognize us of what we're going through. Unfortunately, they did not. So we wanted to make sure that we had people who were flexible to attend. So hopefully it'll never happen again on that day. But if it does, we can send the chief of staff in our absence.
Beautiful, thank you. Item number 236-2023, the resolution authorizing and adopting the Community Forestry Management Plan. I didn't even know we had a plan.
I'll take that one. Yeah, we worked really hard with our new borough arborist to develop the plan to increase our tree canopy, to increase the number of trees that we have here in Fairlawn, to take steps over 5 years, very methodically, to improve our, to increase the number of trees we have in Fairlawn and to maintain them, take better care of them, educate residents on not cutting trees, on maintaining the trees they have. We haven't had one of these in a number of years, but we felt it was very important. The next step is going to be doing a tree inventory, which we're going to be looking for grant funding for.
I know people on the tree committee, if that diagram that's downstairs.
Yeah, the Andrea Piazza put together.
Andrea,
that
she
shows where
pointed
the
it out.
trees were planted. Yeah, and that's based on information that comes from the borough. So the borough plants trees at residents' requests. So each one of those points that are plotted on that map represent requests from a resident that was then fulfilled with a tree.
Awesome.
And this is all,
right.
I talk about it all the time. We've been working really hard on this.
Yes, I know.
This plan is just the next step in retreeing Fairlawn.
Awesome. Okay, great. Thank you. And
you.
lastly, 237-2023, the resolution of the Borough Council of Fairlawn. This is in regard to the conditional redevelopment for property for the Radburn train station. This is a historic site. What is this entailing? The Radburn train
Mayor,
station
may I?
is historic.
Yep.
This isn't the train station, this is the Deals property.
The Radburn Station is the name of the development LLC, but it's referring to the Deals property.
Okay, this is the
So the
Deals
Dollar
pro-
Tree
okay.
Shopping Center and the Chase
It
Bank.
says Plaza Road and Fairlawn Ave.
Okay, got it. Okay, that and I was confused at the difference between Radburn train station developers and the Fairlawn Avenue 14-16 Plaza
Yeah.
Road and the block. Can you elaborate a little bit more on this, on the redevelopment? Is this just for putting it, giving it life, or?
Mayor, if I may?
Yeah, go ahead.
What must it, what
Yeah.
is it?
It's just an extension of a conditional designation of this developer for the deal site. There was a resolution that was passed last year sometime.
Yes.
It gave a particular amount of time for the developer and the borough to negotiate and enter into a developer's agreement for development of the deals property. And since that conditional time has run out, it's an extension to allow them to continue to negotiate and finalize a developer's agreement for that property.
Gotcha. That makes it clear. Thank you so much.
Thank you. Seeing no one else, can I please have a motion to close the time for public comment?
So moved.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? The time for public comment on consent agenda 13-2023 is now closed. Resolutions by consent, 13-2023. Will the municipal clerk please read the resolutions by consent?
Whereas the following resolutions, 217-2023 through 240-2023, having heretofore been placed on this consent agenda, require no discussion, same having been previously reviewed by each council member, be and are hereby ratified, adopted, and confirmed in their entirety by the Mayor and Council of the Borough of Fair Lawn.
Can I have a motion to pass consent agenda 13-2023, resolution 217-2023 through 240-2023?
So moved.
Second.
Roll call.
Councilmember Reinitz.
Yes.
Councilmember Rottenstrike.
Yes.
Deputy Mayor Catrone.
Yes.
Deputy Mayor Kraus.
Yes.
Mayor Peluso.
Yes. Borough manager transition.
Mayor, if I
Yes.
So at the work session, we had, if you recall, reported that Gail and I had met with the borough manager, talked about his responsibilities and kind of a transition plan, and then we shared the posting that Jim had put together as well as the salary ordinance, so that everybody would have some time to take a look at it. In that time, Gail and I have we've spoken to also some people in other towns that have, gone through this process. And what was shared with us as an option that it seems many towns went to, especially because of the amount of borough manager and administrator positions that are currently open in the state, and not a lot of, let's say, qualified people available to fill those positions. That an idea that was brought to us that we want to bring to you all tonight is the idea of moving forward with an interim borough manager until, just to give us more time, basically, to find somebody that we think really can do a good job. So we wouldn't have to talk about we would need a different advertisement. We certainly, I don't think, need to touch the salary ordinance right now. I don't know how salary, I think it's per diem typically.
Depends, sometimes they go to like
companies,
like New Jersey Management is a big one.
Okay.
And then therefore it would be a contract.
Okay, so we wouldn't need a separate salary ordinance, right? Okay, so that's, yeah.
That we could always change once you make the decision.
Okay.
As to who you want.
Comments, questions?
Just, Jim, what do you think is ideal to have someone in place? I imagine around Labor Day, does that sound right?
Did you say September or I forgot?
Yeah, I would definitely say right after Labor Day.
Like
But again,
September 1 start?
give or take,
Yeah,
yeah,
okay.
give or take. But again, keeping in mind on when you're putting someone in on an interim basis, is that going to turn into a permanent basis? So I don't have an issue with the last 3 months of my career here teaching someone or mentoring or educating someone on the way the borough operates. But again, you'll have to make that decision if, I'm going to do that, but what if that person leaves, you decide not to renew or anything like that? I don't have an issue. Quite honestly, if you're doing an interim, my recommendation would be you make the interim upon my departure. So again, as I stated originally when I made notification, my last day in office is going to be December 1st. My retirement date is December 31st, but my last day working will be December 1st. That's a decision the governing body has to make.
Okay.
But again, when you're going interims don't last long. They're only here temporarily. So I have no issue showing anybody the ropes, absolutely not. And I have no problem if you want to bring someone in early. I'll do whatever it takes to do. It's just that that's a decision you'll have to make of me spending all that time and then the person not here a month, 2 months, 3 months, or 6 months after my departure. But that's a decision the governing body has to make.
Generally, when do you start meeting with the department heads for budget? That's in the fall, right?
Budgets are normally due right before Labor Day. Okay. And normally the CFO and I start meeting individually with departments by the end of September, early October.
Okay. Anyone else?
And that's
Oh.
how
Yeah.
this year. Okay.
Yeah, and I mean, Gail, correct me if I'm wrong, I think that the idea was to keep the interim through the next budget season, because
Yeah.
we wouldn't want to, we're not going to, interrupt that and bring
Yeah.
somebody else new in again.
Yeah, so we'd like to have them here at the beginning of the budget season through, at least through the budget season.
So then, starting in September, is that what you're referring to, the budget season? Okay.
Yeah, when the budgets are presented, and then through the time that the budget is adopted.
Consensus?
Yep.
Yes.
Yes.
Okay. All right, so we'll move forward with looking into that.
All right. New business, farmer's market.
Do you want to talk about that,
No,
Nick,
no,
or-
go ahead.
Okay. For many years, we've had our farmers market at the church on Fairlawn Avenue. And unfortunately, we're not going to be going back there this year. It was a good spot, but we have a substitute place that we'd like to propose, and I did run it by the Shade Tree Advisory Committee, because it's the Arboretum. So, they take ownership of the Arboretum, and just wanted to make sure everybody was okay with that. But we think it would be a good place, a really nice place, actually, to have our farmers market this year, because there is so much shade, and people could even picnic there after they get their food from the farmers market. And we wanted to make sure that it was within walking distance of many of the apartments that are in Fairlawn, because so many of the apartment residents frequent the farmers market. So I wanted to ask for a consensus to allow the farmers market to be at the Arboretum this year.
Questions, comments?
Mayor?
Yes.
My only concern is the positioning of the truck, because the truck will not be able to go onto the actual grassy area, because if it's inclement weather, the truck won't get off the grassy area. So I don't know where you want the positioning of that truck for 4 or 5 hours throughout the day. I can't close a road, which means it's going to be on one of the streets that
Yeah.
adjoins the Arboretum. I just hope everybody in that area is going to be okay with that, which means you're going to have pedestrian. I have to see the layout. Pedestrians are going to have to be in. We'll have to see how we're going to lay this out. I'm just concerned about where the truck is going to be.
Well, the truck doesn't need to be in the Arboretum, because it's everything is offloaded from the truck onto tables and.
Looking
Yeah.
at the way the setup was for all those years, the truck was basically right behind the tables, because I know
Yeah.
they continue to offload. If
Yeah.
the truck has no issue parking and bringing everything into the Arboretum on tables, then I'm okay with it. I don't want anybody that's going to be going to the farmer's market to be anywhere near the roadway. Then I want to bring everything into the Arboretum itself. So
Yeah,
if
yeah.
the vendor has no problem with it, then I have no problem with it.
That's the intention.
Jim, they may be able to park at Company 4 in the parking lot if they're there just during the day. There may be room there, depending on the size of the truck.
And we've also had discussions with the Grange about, they've agreed that the vendors can use the restrooms there, so we may be able to park the truck there as well.
That'd be good.
Yeah, so I'll bring that back.
All right. Everyone's good?
Yep.
Yes.
All right. Great segue to fire department's use of public relations specialist.
That's me. The fire department had just asked if they could use our public relations professional to help promote the Citizens Fire Academy. So I just wanted to clear that with everybody else. I know there may be some transition with the PR group since we're out for bid right now, or RFP, but I just wanted to make sure nobody has a problem with that.
Nope.
Nope, let's get the word out about that. It's a great program.
Yeah. Okay. Anyone else for new business? Nope. Public comments. Can I have a motion to open the time for public comment?
So moved.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Time is now open for public comments.
Pamela Coles, 13-34 George Street. I'm requesting a traffic study for the new former Nabisco site, which will be the new Greek site, whatever, Greek site, trucks versus passenger vehicles on Route 208. Currently, they sent us, or they didn't send us, there was a presentation, and I took a picture of the presentation because we were allowed to. The World Distribution Center in Linden, New Jersey has 80 trucks for a total of 160 daily trips. Samsung, again in Linden, New Jersey, has 100 trucks for a total daily trips of 200 daily trips. Peloton in Linden, New Jersey, has 45 trucks for total truck trips of 160. U.S. Eagleistic, which is in Mansfield, or is it Mansfield, New Jersey? They have 30 daily trucks for 60 truck trips. And this was off the daily truck trip generation comparison. The proposed warehouse site of 644,075 square feet at the Nabisco site, there will be 193 trucks for a total truck trips of 386 truck trips per day. That is a total of 2,702 truck trips per week. Whether you're coming down off 287, down 287, doing the loop, going back onto 208 North, or going 208 North into the driveway McBride Ave, or coming off 80, or wherever the truck trips may be. This is a lot of truck traffic, especially, and I know it's zoned industrial. However, we are a residential community. Glen Rock, Fairlawn, it's going to impact Hawthorne and various other communities, and I'm requesting a traffic study, trucks versus passenger vehicles on our little 2-lane highway, because basically what they're turning these 386 trips per day, which come off the turnpike or exit onto the turnpike, it's going to turn us into the turnpike. It's going to turn Route 208 onto the turnpike, because the average estimated daily trips from Linden and from down south is 134 daily trips. We are more than doubling the daily trips per day at the Nabisco site, at 386 daily trips a day. Now, I know we can't talk about this, but I am a request to have a traffic study done, because this is too important to
We can't
dismiss.
request any, you have to go to the planning board to address these things.
Okay.
We don't have the authority
Yeah,
to tell
I
the
don't know
planning board.
I don't understand what, I mean, I guess the other option is it could have been rezoned from industrial to high-density residential, and there could have been 2,000 units there. I'm sure that wouldn't have impacted the traffic at all.
Not at double the amount of Garden State Parkway.
I thought you said Turnpike.
Excuse me, not that double the amount of the New Jersey Turnpike, where they spill out into three truck traffic lanes by themselves.
I'm sorry, Ms. Close. I saw the article. I still call it the shopper. The initial traffic study. I haven't seen it yet because I know the planning board's reviewing it. But the shopper reported that it was less traffic from this development than Mondelez because of the amount of trucks Mondelez comparable to the amount of
They could not give us the history. They could not give us the truck history.
When the shopper quoted the report and said that this development is going to have less traffic, That wasn't presented at the planning
No,
board?
that was inaccurate information because they could not give us the Mondelez truck traffic per, on this site.
You're aware it was a 24-hour facility, factory, shipping stuff out 24
yes,
hours a
and this
day?
is going to be 24/7 as well.
Right.
Mhm.
So it's 1 for 1.
I don't know if it's 1 for 1. I would like a history, also a history of, can someone contact Mondelez and get the, manifest for each truck?
Yeah, I think
Or for
this.
the truck trips?
I think this is definitely something you should bring to the planning board's attention to get those reports
Because
for
they
a clear
would have
picture.
those truck trips, and the manifest would show that, but it's up to, and the traffic study person who was the representative could not give us the Mondelez truck traffic.
Have you made a request to the planning board for an additional traffic study?
No, but I can.
Okay, great. Thank you.
Thank you.
Sorry. Hi, good evening. Stella Lemberg, STELLALEMBERG, 12-66 2nd Street, Fairlawn. I have a few things I wanted to make comments on. I apologize, my phone just went off. There we go. The first, I'd like to acknowledge the passing of Bob Lenzettel, who was a former mayor, also River Road Improvement Corporation president, business owner for many years in Fairlawn, a staple. So he passed last night. I know this was mentioned, but I just also, as the chamber president, would like to acknowledge his passing and the funeral this Friday at Vanderplaat at 9:30. The second thing I have in my notes, I also wanted to request, I know that it's been mentioned at the planning board meetings to have a traffic study. One portion of the traffic study that was excluded by the traffic coordinator for the Mondelez Greek Development Corp was Fairlawn Avenue, that overpass. They excluded that from their traffic study, and I feel as a Fairlawn citizen who travels that road constantly, I feel that that is an important part of their study that was omitted. And I will also bring this up again at the planning board meeting, but I just wanted you guys to be aware that that is a very important overpass. I know that is a county road, but that should have been included in the traffic study when they were doing that. And I would like to have a third party, an unbiased traffic study, not just the purchaser to do their own study and say, hey, this is it. We should do our own just third party analysis, essentially. That's the second thing I wanted to mention. And the third item, which was brought to me by a few concerned citizens about the attorney that is representing us for the planning board, Greg Pastor, making anti-Semitic comments on Twitter and regarding the death. And I can quote, if necessary, what he said on Twitter. I apologize, I just had this open. Quote, he said, the boss Jew, he will be the first one they ship off to the camp when they take back over. God love him. In a comment in regards to a political post, but it's very anti-Semitic. And if you look at his feed, and he's a representative of our planning board, it's very disturbing as someone who is Jewish, as a refugee that came to America, fleeing the Soviet Union, and it's very disturbing to have somebody make these kind of comments who are representing our town. So Greg Pastor, P-A-S-T-E-R, is his name on Twitter. So those are my three comments. Request for a traffic study, especially Fairlawn Avenue. Thanking Bob Lanzettel and his family, condolences, and this comment. So thank you for all your hard work.
Thank you. Yes, we did have a number of residents bring that to our attention. We've spoken to our borough attorney. As we mentioned earlier, the planning board is a separate entity. I think it's good just to go over our civics here in Fair Lawn. So the zoning board and the planning board are two different entities that the council does not get involved in. I'm sure the members of the planning board are aware of this. If not, I would definitely reach out to them and share your thoughts. We do not hire the legal representation for the planning board. They do that separate. And just to go one step forward, because I know we mentioned the ethics committee, this is something that this council is really proud of. I know some other towns don't act in this, where we don't appoint our buddies for the zoning board or planning board. These are individuals, and we are very keen on not involving ourselves in any of their decisions. That's one of the reasons, like this ethics committee thing, one of the reasons we got rid of it is because technically the 5 of us could appoint the 5 people who would then have to review us for any ethic violations. For me, that's crazy. It doesn't make sense. So it's about time we got rid of that, and it goes to someone that we're not appointing to review. God forbid there's any ethics violation by anyone in this community. Same thing with the zoning and planning board. You know, I really appreciate the representation we do. Even though we have a Democratic council, our zoning board and planning board are very bipartisan. There's a number of Democrats, Republicans, and independents. And actually a former member of the Fair Lawn Republican organization is on one of those boards because he's great at it. We do not take any partisanship in any of these appointments. We don't get involved with it. So we do encourage you to definitely reach out to those entities because they're separate from us. But as it comes to any kind of language like that, as you saw earlier tonight, we celebrate our diversity. We're all about inclusion. We are so proud that Fair Lawn is getting recognized, not just in Bergen County, but out their state for doing that. And we'll continue to do that and speak up against hate.
Mayor, can I just
Yes.
also, thank you. I just to add on to what you were saying, I not only is the planning board completely separate, but if we were to, any of us up here, give our opinion on what's happening on the planning board, and then the planning board, separate from us, votes no, then the developer can sue the borough and get pretty much what they want because we have interfered with the process. So I am not in any way right now going to comment on what I think the planning board should do, but after speaking with the borough attorney, I do feel comfortable in saying that the comments made by the attorney of the planning board are unacceptable and should never have been said by any public official. And I do not approve or support that message at all.
I think we all agree with that.
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah.
Speaks for all of us.
Yes, absolutely.
Anyone else with public comments?
Craig Miller, 5 Rampo Terrace. Just a question I'm curious about. Cooper's Way, the street and the path that goes from the end of the street to the railroad tracks, is that borough or private property? There's a reason why I'm asking.
I have to look on the tax map. Some
Okay.
of it is transit.
Okay.
I don't know exactly where the borough ends and transit begins. And I have to look on the tax
No,
map.
that's fine. I just don't want to be going on private property and being told to leave, which basically I was told at the ambulance corps for
the
walking
where?
my dog.
At the where?
At the ambulance corps.
Ambulance corps.
I won't get into details of what happened, but a member asked me about a week or so ago to leave the property, and I was doing nothing. So that's why I was concerned. I didn't know if Cooper's Way was borough or private, and that's why I asked about the pathway. So, thanks.
Thank you.
Thanks, Craig.
Seeing no one else, can I please have a motion to close the time for public comment?
So moved.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Time for public comments is now closed. Executive closed session, Resolution 241-2023. Will the municipal clerk please read the resolutions?
Whereas NJSA 10412B allows a public body to enter into a closed session during a public meeting, and whereas upon conclusion of the closed session, the Borough Council will return to open public session, and whereas the Borough of Fairlawn has deemed it necessary to enter into a closed session excluding the public to discuss matters that are exempt from disclosure, to include contract negotiation, matters falling under attorney-client privilege, and personnel matters pursuant to NJSA 10412B8. Now therefore be resolved that the Borough Council should now enter into a closed session and that the discussion may be made public when disclosure will not detrimentally affect any rights, interests, or duty of the borough.
Can I have a motion to go into closed session?
Second.
All in, roll call?
Councilmember Reinitz. Yes. Councilmember Rottenstreich.
Yes.
Deputy Mayor Catrone.
Yes.
Deputy Mayor Kraus.
Yes.
Mayor Pluso.
Yes.
9:30.